Are you a hard-working business owner who's found themselves in bad debt? Is that debt now crippling the growth of your business? Are you being sued by a vendor or creditor? Do you want to learn the most effective ways to deal with your creditors? Do you think it's time to quit putting your head in the sand? Are you willing to play hardball to save your business? Now, over the next 10 minutes, I will help you to choose the right debt relief option, protect your assets, use the legal system to buy more time, and to reduce your debt. Now, does this sound like you? You are stressed over tomorrow's bills instead of being excited about the future. Your phone rings off the hook with demanding collection calls rather than business inquiries. You're currently in the process of being sued by a creditor. You've lost focus on your business and driving its growth. Your bank accounts will be frozen, rendering you powerless. Now, you may wonder, what gives me the right to speak with such authority on this subject? Now, with so much advice and information seemingly everywhere these days, why should you choose to listen to me? You should know that just 8 years ago, I made every mistake possible, and I paid for it dearly. Now, I don't think my story was particularly unique. I started out with too much debt and an over-reliance on one customer, which is never a good thing. I went on to lose that customer, and the ripple effect was quick and severe. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it was happening. So I admit, I didn't make it a priority, ignoring creditors and letting things escalate into lawsuits and judgments. Now, finally, after all that inaction, I lost the business. I lost the business I had built for so long. And the thing that gets me now is it didn't have to be like that. It was preventable. I still carry around a lot of guilt from failing my employees, my family, and all the people I did business with. Now, I'll get into more detail later on, but for now, know that I wish I knew then what I do now. Now, I've worked with American Express Settlements now for 3 years, and in that time, we've helped hundreds of business owners avoid what I went through. And we've given them peace of mind, helped them to focus on kickstarting their sales instead of stressing, and work together to make the light at the end of the tunnel a whole lot brighter. Now, my goal today is to pass on the knowledge I have. However, giving great advice is one thing. The reality is that many will struggle to implement it in their day-to-day lives. Actually, making the big changes required to really change our lives isn't always easy. And that's why so many people keep doing the same thing day in and day out, even if it happens to be affecting them negatively. Now, you might be well aware of what you should do, but rolling up your sleeves and executing the new ideas is a separate issue. Remember, my team and I can help you to thrive in this new economy, just as we have helped hundreds of business owners just like you. Now, in order to see how we can help you, I have just a couple of questions. Are you a business owner living in the shadow of overwhelming debt? Are you being forced to commit your precious time and resources to past due bills instead of growing your business? If so, we can rescue you from that debt rut and help you get back to where you want to be. We know you want to focus on what you do best, creating opportunities, chasing leads, and working to build a better, more successful future, free from debt stress. Now, the pressures of debt can be overwhelming. However, knowledge is power, and achieving debt freedom really is relatively simple when the correct steps are taken. Do you get excited at the thought of focusing your full attention on your business once again? Are you ready to return to a kick-ass entrepreneur life free from out-of-control debt? Do you want to start building the successful life you deserve? And if you answered yes to any of these questions, stay with me for just a few more minutes while I talk you through what you need to do to get back your freedom. And these are not empty words. I am so confident in the success of my method that I'm inviting you to attend my free webinar. Now, for a limited time, I will also include a free debt review with a total value of $500 and a cheat sheet detailing how to protect your assets worth $200. Now, these are genuine savings and there are no strings attached. We are offering these today because of our confidence in what we do. However, this is strictly a limited offer, so don't delay. So, we've established that overdue bills are affecting your business and your life. Now, what can you do to fix it? Now, it may seem a little overwhelming when dealing with a debt you can't pay in full, but remember that you have choices. These include debt consolidation. Now, this involves borrowing against an asset to pay off the debt. Now, this is not an ideal solution as you're effectively exchanging unsecured debt for secured debt. Bankruptcy. Now, this is sometimes seen as the easy option, but did you know that there is just a 10% success rate with Chapter 11 bankruptcy? When you choose this route, you hand the court and your creditors the power to dictate how you pay them back. Payoff. Now, this is rarely as simple as it sounds and will mean diverting all of your existing cash flow from sales and marketing to pay off the existing debt. Now, even if that were sufficient, is it a viable solution? Closing the business. Debts you have personally guaranteed make this option less straightforward, as it means the banks have the power to stake a claim on non-business assets, including your family home. Debt negotiation / restructuring. This involves reducing what you owe and restructuring the terms of how you pay back your creditors. It also allows you to maintain full autonomy over your business. It is very important that you also take stock of your assets before any of the above are initiated. This will give you the best possible chance of holding on to them. You should, number one, take inventory of all assets and liabilities that are both in your company and personal name, including your home, inventory, real estate, and bank accounts. Number two, know exactly what you pledge to each creditor in the event you are not able to pay your creditors and vendors. Number three, take the necessary steps to protect them. Each creditor has a different playbook. It's important to know the lengths each creditor or vendor will go to collect what is owed to them. Now, the threat of a court judgment often provokes fear and dread. However, you should remember that there are in fact many steps to a lawsuit. Now, once you've been served, you have time to file your answer, go through discovery, and schedule a hearing. Now, depending on the state you are located in, getting sued by a creditor may buy you 3 to 18 months before a court issues a judgment. It is crucial that you use that valuable time to save money to settle the debt. To do so could mean a significant reduction in the total paid. Now, there's no question that debt can consume your life and cripple the growth of a potentially successful business. You deserve more. Now, I can help you pay off the debt with great payment terms, giving you the best chance for your business to not only survive, but to flourish. Now, click below to access our free webinar where we will discuss in details ways to manage your debt and enable you to live the successful life you deserve. I'd like to share with you one of our clients' success stories. Alex has a very strong personality. The truth being told, some would think this guy's a jerk. He was used to doing business with a handshake, but he learned the hard way that contracts need to be poured over with a fine-tooth comb. Alex had 4 jobs go bad. He ended up losing over $800,000. And when he came to us, he was being sued by 2 suppliers, one of them going after his bond. He had 2 judgments with American Express, who put liens on his home. Now, we moved to strategize quickly. He needed to fund all the work he had, but his credit was shot and he couldn't borrow against his house because of the liens. He did have a commercial building that he could refinance, but if he had to pay off the liens in those lawsuits threatening his bond, he wouldn't be left with enough money. Now, this was not a straightforward situation by any means. In fact, it ended up being a 6-month project. Now, after putting him on a decent budget, because hey, everybody has to live, right? We first settled with his 2 suppliers at around 50% spread out over a year. Then we went after Amex, who agreed to a big reduction if we could refinance the building. He was able to get that done, make nice with his bonding company. You can't get these large jobs without a commercial bond, and go on to fund future projects. In this instance, we saved him almost $200,000, but he also forced himself out of his comfort zone to take action himself, and the additional work he generated made him over $1 million. Alex's is just one of our many success stories. If you'd like to hear more on how we have helped hundreds of our clients to become debt-free and learn how you can too, then hurry and register for our free webinar. This is what we will cover in our live webinar. There will also be a valuable Q&A session at the end. Number 1, how to protect your assets. 2, how to choose the right debt relief option. 3, how to use the legal system to buy more time and reduce your debt. And 4, how to save money to pay off your debt while rebuilding your credit. Now, these are the pillars of how to fix a business affected by too much debt and form the basis of our method. If you are in need of help to fix your bad debt, then don't delay and register now for our free webinar, which we guarantee will guide you back to full financial independence. Be quick. We've had to limit free access to just 30 places this month, and when they're gone, they're gone. There are many others out there offering to help you. Why should you choose us? We work tirelessly and solely on behalf of the client. We act with only your interests at heart, and our philosophy can be summed up as follows: attorney-based. We are proud to be the only attorney-based debt management firm. This makes us very well positioned to respond to lawsuits, threats, and judgments, buying you time and ultimately saving you money. Competitive advantage. Our proven track record in dealing with the original creditors' law firms on behalf of our clients speaks for itself. We pride ourselves on negotiating no interest settlement terms and extended payment periods to provide the space for renewed business growth. Trustworthy. We are very aware that our clients seek our help at what can be an incredibly stressful time in their personal and professional lives. We're also committed to offering supportive and practical assistance when it comes to helping clients regain their financial freedom. So what do you think? Are you ready to take the first steps towards getting past your debt? Click here to join our free webinar and download our cheat sheet. Let us review your situation free of charge. The usual cost is $500, strictly limited to the next 15 applicants. Our results are guaranteed. Now, you've almost certainly heard that before, but what does it really mean? It essentially means that we don't get paid unless we get you results. Now, perhaps that sounds a little off to you. Just how do we get paid? After all, who's going to work for free? Well, that's the best part. 95% of the time, your creditors pay our fees. We thought you might like that one. Intrigued? We thought so. You'll hear more about this in our free live webinar. Keep going to hear more about how we can help you restructure your debt and rebuild a secure financial future. Ours is a company founded on the belief that entrepreneurs can save the world, and any barriers preventing that should be removed. This is essentially what we aim to do. Our mission is to end entrepreneurial poverty, to give business people the freedom to return to doing what they do best, working to build the successful future they deserve. If that's an ethos you identify with, keep watching. I have a feeling we'll be on the very same page.